Howdy, I'm Cahlen Lee, and today I'm going to be repairing a leaky roof in my yurt right before the rains come. So it's been summer and we've had kind of a long drought, not much rain in a long time, but there was one day where there was a little bit of rain and I noticed that the roof was leaking in one spot. So today I'm going to patch that up. This is my stove jack, which is where the chimney of a wood stove would go out if I had one, and I may someday, so this is why I got it added when my yurt was made. It has a flap of cloth which you just unvelcro from around the edges and it rolls up, and then you see this little strap here that holds it after you've rolled it so that the hole stays open. So the cloth is water sealed, water will not come through it, and also all the seams where everything is sewed in, it's actually pretty solid. There's no water coming in there. It's just that strap which is coming down through the fabric from the outside. It acts sort of like a wick and the water just flows through it. So any water that hits that part that's on the outside of the top of the roof, the water just goes right inside past the stitching and it's just a constant drip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tree sap, I'm going to melt it in a little cup on my stove, and then I'm just going to seal the outside of that strap so no water gets soaked into it. Here's my stove where I'm going to be doing the melting. In this little plastic cup here you can see it's a bunch of sap gathered from trees around the farm that I'm on. I think this is probably a couple years old. I wasn't the one who gathered it, but it was laying around. And then I just broke off a few chunks and I stuck it in this little ceramic cup. And you can see it has melted real good. So now I just got to go outside, get up on the roof, and seal that strap. So there you can see, there's the outside of the stove jack, and the strap is right at the top in the center. So I can't quite reach that just from my own height. So I've got my handy dandy massage table to help me out. There's the strap closer up, so that thing catches water and it just all drains down into the end which extends inside. I'm going to use this little stick that I found laying around. It's sort of a paintbrush, and I'd love to show you the process, but it's going to take two hands, so I'll just have to show you afterwards. So I gave the sap a shot. The thing about it is once it gets on there, it's extremely brittle, and just a little bit of pressure on it, it just fell right off. So that's not going to work. I need that stuff to stay on there so no water can get in. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use this, which is a beeswax, coconut oil, and turpentine mixture that I made, I don't know, probably made this about a year ago. And when cold, it's pretty solidified, but if I heat it up, it'll be liquid-like. So this should work pretty well. This is what this stuff looks like when it's at room temperature. So I just cut it out with a knife, and it's pretty solid, but it moves when you push on it. And I'm just going to drop it into this steel container, and I'm going to put this on the stove for, I don't know, it'll probably melt pretty quick. And then I'm just going to use stick again and paint it on that thing, and it should solidify pretty quick because it's much colder outside, and that should hopefully keep the rain out. There you can see it's starting to melt. It's probably been 2 minutes on the stove. There you can see it's fully melted, and I'm back outside and ready to put it on. So actually I'm just going to try a pour method. This could be a total disaster, but you'll be there for it, so how exciting. Oh man, look at that. It all solidified because the upper walls of the metal was colder than the bottom. So it started to pour, but it never got anywhere. So I'm going to need to remelt this. Okay, take two. Added a bunch more so that it'll retain its heat faster. I'm also going to tilt it so that it warms up that side. Get it ready to pour. Okay, here we go. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Oh, dripping all over the place, making a mess. I'm gonna finish up with both hands, so you're going dark. So that was pretty ungraceful, but I think you got the job done up here, which is what I needed. So this stuff solidifies basically instantly. And I don't even think it soaked much into the cloth. It wouldn't really be a big deal if it did, since that's actually what I made this stuff for, to maybe treat this cloth with someday. So I'm just gonna wipe all this off, and we'll see later today, whether or not this is leaking. So as you can tell, it's a little bit later and it's raining. And let me tell you, it is so refreshing to get rain after months of no rain. So I was just out there hanging out in it, and it just felt really good. So let's just check in real quick on how this is going. It's been raining for a couple hours, and yeah, it's totally dry. So that seemed to have worked. There's a chance that after many more hours of this that it'll start to leak, but I think that I've got this problem solved. Alright, thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll help me out by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It goes a long ways towards helping content creators like me. So that's something to know also when you're watching other videos from other people, that doing liking, commenting, and subscribing actually helps them out quite a bit. Alright, again, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you again next time.